What's up, guys? It's been a while since I bought a new piece of fitness equipment. I've been doing my rucking and my weighted vest, but of course my ruck is just simply the Demolition Ranch book bag that I bought about 7 years ago. And then obviously my plate carrier I've had for probably 5 or 6 years. And so I've been doing that consistently and using my weights I've had for years. And for those of you who've been following me a while know that I think about 4 or 5 years ago, I think after Hurricane Ian, I took one of the sandbags that we had got for flood control that I didn't need, and I filled it full of sand. Then it weighed 40 pounds. And then I have the Lowe's bucket that we have full of chipped marble, or the white rocks you put in your flower bed. I believe this weighs, I don't know, 60, 70 pounds. Haven't weighed it in a while. The numbers wore off. And I would do my functional fitness, and I'd carry the sandbag around the neighborhood. The problem with the sandbag is it got super hard, and over time it was losing sand. It actually went from 40 pounds down to like 38.2. And so I looked online. I was like, well, what do other people do for functional fitness and sandbags? And I saw these sandbags that they get. They look like giant duffel bags, and they have these straps on them to allow you to have multiple carrying points, which come in handy when you're basically rotating it on your body. And I went online and I do what we all do. I went and I found the cheapest one I could find, or the most affordable one that I like of quality. And so I picked up the RDX Sandbag. It says 50 to 125 pounds, which is cool. And it came with these sandbags that you fill up with sand and you put inside. And so you fill them up. They're the same length of the bag, and depending on how much you want to lift, between 50 and 125 pounds, they give you different sandbags. This one's 50, this one's 50, which would be 100, and then this one's 30, which would be 125 pounds.
This is basic math, but basic math is too easy for you burros.
Because, well, that's what it says. You know, apparently they didn't have a 3 and a 0 to make this 130 pounds. So even though it says between 50 and 125 pounds, technically you can go between 50 and 130 pounds. And so my original intent was just to take the sand from across the street, because I'm in Florida, fill up the bags, toss them in here, lug them around the neighborhood. Got to reading the instructions, and the first warning is do not use wet sand. Even if you think it's dry sand, do not use natural sand in your neighborhood. It contains moisture, will contain mold, build mold, things will get stinky and smelly. I was like, well, damn, I didn't anticipate the added cost of sand, and they recommend children's sandbox sand. And so anyhow, I was like, well, I'll deal with that at a later date and time. What I did, and what I have been doing for like the last week and a half, is I just opened this bad boy up. Try this one-handed, and I threw my sandbag that I made, that I've been carrying around since Hurricane Ian, and just tossed it in there. All 38.5 pounds of it. But as you can see, it is not the same length as the bag. And so I ended up having to carry this bag with this heavy ass weight in the middle, which, by the way, I did used to put that in there, but now I filled that up full of more consistent stuff to get a better carry, a more natural feel, and so it's less injury. And so this worked, 38 pounds, but once again, it's a big heavy rock in the middle of a long sack. And so today I got to look around, and believe it or not, 50-pound sacks of children's playground sand, or sandbox sand, at Lowe's. 50-pound sacks, and this high inflation that we're dealing with is only $5.79. Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. So I bought 2. So I got 100 pounds of sand over there, $12 in. They are 50 pounds. This guy is 38, so I'm not even going to bother loading a 30-pound up. Even though I got 100 pounds of sand tonight, we're just going to do 50, so we won't need this guy or this guy. We're just going to get the sandbags out of the old truck here. So, well, you don't need to see me open the truck. Hold on, let me go get this sand. I'll be right back. Now, I know we talked about this in the past, but maybe some of y'all forgot, and I just wanted to discuss it again. The reason I wear the headband, even though I wear the hat, is because I wear Raycon earbuds. And though I like Raycons, I've had 3 pairs of them now. It is not lost on me that I have weird ear canal sizes, and I can't find a pair that does not fall out when I'm running. And so I wear the sweatband to essentially hold in my earbuds. So if I was running without earbuds, I would just have the hat on and not the sweatband. But the sweatband plays a pivotal role in preventing me from losing earbuds. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a warm up. I'm going to try some of these planks and such with the bag. Probably pull up the carpet so I can slide it easier. And then we're going to put on the vest and then the 25-pound ruck. So it's an 18.5-pound vest. 25, 30-ish pound. I haven't weighed it since I put the laptop in there. It used to be 18 pounds when it was just World War II sacks, but I put an old Dell laptop in there, so it probably weighs closer to 21 pounds now, because it's an old heavy laptop. I don't know if I'll record much of that, because once I leave the garage, as you can see, it's nice and dark outside, and well, we all know GoPros suck at filming at night, so there's no real reason for me to set up a camera, slow down my workout routine. But yeah, so I'm gonna get started on this, and maybe this weekend I'll do some of this in the light so you guys can see, and I can include that in my video. So yeah. It is nice when I was doing the curls to have the sandbag be the same width as this bag, because when I had my old sandbag in there, it was only about this wide. So when you picked it up, it was like picking up a duffel bag with a bowling ball in the middle of it. It just wasn't ergonomic. So already I can enjoy the benefits of the bag being the bladder being the full width of the bag. You can hear how heavily I'm breathing just from doing these little planks. So doing a plank, pulling 30 pounds underneath me. Let's try to do another 10 of those. I'm just wearing my old Cast King fishing gloves. These are the ones I was wearing in the video where I caught the 8 3/4 pound bass. Anyhow, I'm just wearing them. The handles are nice and relatively soft, but I mean, it's nylon. But because I work with my hands as a computer guy, I fish, I edit video on a laptop with my hands. I don't want to risk tearing blisters off or anything like that. My hands are my livelihood, so I'm wearing the gloves to protect the hands. 18 and a half pounds, anywhere between 18 to 21 pounds. I'm gonna go walk a half a mile. I'll be back. Battery change. That's so much more comfortable than having that heavy ass small sandbag in here. I'm gonna go try to do a quarter mile with this. It is nice that this bag has so many different handles because it allows you to manipulate it on your shoulders and still feel in control of it. So you have plenty of options to handle it. Now, full disclosure, I did not make the quarter mile of that. I did like a third of a mile. Well, one, I'm tired. Two, I added 10 pounds of that. In the past with the 39.4 pounds, I have done a half mile, but not unbroken. But yeah, so, and I forgot to do a lap. I usually do a lap with this and this, and a lap by this by itself to get used to not having the extra weight. Come back, then do the sandbag, do a quarter mile, come back, do another half mile with this, and then do a quarter mile with the farmer's carry. So I'm gonna go do a half a mile with just this to cool down. But first I need more Gatorade. .82. One more half a mile lap with just the vest, and then tonight, Thursday's upgraded functional fitness routine will be over. This is essentially what I do on my off days from running. I just change up a little bit each time. So I know we haven't been together since my 10K in Kentucky or the last run in Kentucky video, but I've still been running, I've still been working out. So thanks for hanging out. Please like, subscribe, share us with a friend. Battery number 3.
This has been a Digital 410 production.